While our traditional snowbirds may be starting to head north, our snowy plovers are just starting to make their nests here on Sanibel. I spoke to members of SCCF about how this threatened species is doing here on the island. Every morning, Aaron White with the Sanibel Captiva Conservation Foundation walks the beach on Sanibel looking for these cute little birds called snowy plovers.
Kind of paying attention to their behavior, and that their behavior kind of tells us what they're doing and if they're nesting.
This snowy plover is the first to make a nest on Sanibel this year. Unlike other shorebirds that nest together in large numbers, snowy plovers are territorial.
They're trying to establish territory, so that way if they're in a certain area and they're doing that in a certain area for days on end consistently, we know to keep an eye on that area because they might nest in that area.
And like human couples, plover pairs have an interesting dynamic.
So they kind of share duties of the stages of the nest. So they both kind of build the nest together. They decorate the nest together. They like to put shells in there. And once the eggs are at the full clutch of 3 eggs, the female will primarily incubate the eggs. And then once those eggs are hatched, the male will primarily take care of the chicks.
But raising a nest can be difficult and dangerous. While I was getting video of this nest, a crow kept dive bombing this plover.
Crows can take their eggs, they can take their chicks whenever they have the chicks. So a defensive tactic for them is to kind of run off the nest.
White says they do it to distract the predators, and we can help them by keeping an eye out.
If you're looking at a nest and you see a crow come by, maybe kind of walk off, kind of throw the crow off your trail, because otherwise they might be able to hone in on where that nest is.
You can also help by keeping dogs away from their nests. While studying the behavior of these birds, SCCF noticed something interesting in the wake of Hurricane Ian. With fewer people and more places to hide, the plovers thrived and began fledging or venturing out of their nests 8 to 12 days sooner.
Provided a lot of food sources for those birds, a lot of protection. They were just able to kind of stay in those gullies away from people because they weren't going to go in there. And so that allowed those birds to grow really fast.
On Sanibel, meteorologist Andrew Shipley, Fox 4.